face with machines directly, so that we didn't have to look at screens. We could basically surf the internet by just plugging something into the back of our heads. Is it possible that hackers of the future could somehow manage to peek inside our own heads and take the secrets out of those? Do we need to create some kind of a mental firewall to stop other people from breaking inside our skulls?
The day may be approaching when you can send someone a text message just by thinking about it, via a chip implanted in your brain. It turns out we may not even need the chip. One company is already developing a portable technology that can intercept your thoughts without surgical implants.
The audio is a small sensor that rests on the surface of the skin above the vocal cords, and it captures the activity that's an instruction signal that the brain sends to the vocal cords that you do normally in order to speak. But in the case of the audio, the sensor is so sensitive that it doesn't require a person to actually speak in order to produce speech.
Callahan designed a sensor that can read our brain signals. How? The brain is the master control center of speech. When we communicate, the brain tells the mouth what to say. So, speech is essentially thoughts sent to our vocal cords via nerve signals that are then converted to words. Since the audio is designed for people who've lost their ability to speak, it's worn around the neck and placed on the vocal cords, where nerve endings emit signals associated with speech. So for instance, when you think about saying orange, the brain sends the message to the larynx. Even though the larynx might be damaged or missing, the audio picks up that nerve pulse, and a tiny computer translates that thought into the word, orange. Nothing has to be implanted. The sensor merely has to be on the surface of the skin near the nerves. It's a huge breakthrough. The audio's remarkable ability to read thoughts has far-reaching implications. For a paralysis victim, it means telling their wheelchair where to go without ever uttering a sound. Callahan's assistant demonstrates. With the device strapped over his larynx and routed through a computer linked to the motor, he wills his wheelchair to move using just the electrical impulses from his brain.
The way that this application works is the audio device is on Ethan's neck here, and it captures the activity that his brain sends to his vocal cords. When he says commands or words like forward, backward, stop, left or right, and those get translated by the computer. And the computer maps those to directional commands that the wheelchair can interpret, similar to the way that a normal joystick would work, except this doesn't require Ethan to actually physically move in order to operate it.
Just as amazing is that the audio can give a paralyzed person who's been robbed of speech the power to once again talk. Rather than spelling out words letter by letter, the user thinks the phonetic sounds which make up language.
On the next Curse